Okay, alright. So you said you just got a Quest 3. First of all, congratulations. Welcome. Welcome to VR. Quest 3, great headset, by the way. Very exciting that that's the one that you got. Probably the best one to get right now. There's some other good headsets. I'm not saying it's the only good one. But as far as like bang for buck goes, that kind of thing, it's pretty solid, especially if you have a PC to connect it up to. Getting to your question here, Pavlov versus Onward versus Contractors. These are all 3 games that I have, by the way. Also, I'll just mention a 4th one here that you didn't mention, but I feel like I should mention. There's a new game, Contractors Showdown. It's a new Contractors game. It's currently in a free beta, but it's basically Call of Duty Warzone VR. If you ever played Call of Duty Warzone, it's like a mix of that game and PUBG. But it's just like Battle Royale style game mode. Oh no. Alright, so those 4 games. Contractors one, that's the newest one. I've been playing that, the Battle Royale one, that is. I've been playing that lately, a little earlier in the stream if you want to go back on the VOD, or on yesterday's VOD as well. It's pretty fun. If you like Battle Royale games, that's a good one. It's also fun because it's free right now. I'm not sure if that's going to stay free to play permanently. I think maybe it is, though. So that's if that does turn out to be the case, for the price of free is pretty cool. Probably the next most updated one is just Contractors. Lots of content. Fairly active community, has crossplay with Quest. Standalone Quest, that is. So it has a bigger community. It's good. It's just a good, solid game. Lots of people play it. The engine is good. Has a lot of really good custom modes. If there was a game that you really were into on flat screen, they probably have a custom mode for it, where you can go play the Battlefield games in VR, and it's like a faithful or not Battlefield, sorry, Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. It's like a faithful recreation. You can go see Hobby's videos on this. I have 1 or 2 videos, but he has a really nicely done one on his main channel. Oh, no, he got me. They also have some other ones too, though, like Team Fortress 2. They have a really good recreation of that. Some of the stuff that I've done on this stream in Pavlov, they've got that as well, like Counter-Strike maps and that kind of thing. Obviously, World War II stuff like this. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I don't actually know which game has more custom content, if it's Contractors or if it's Pavlov, but it's got to be close. I suspect it might be Pavlov, but Contractors has a lot. So speaking on to Pavlov here. The Pavlov is the one that I play the most, just because I have played it the most, so I'm just kind of used to the engine. I have a lot of hours in it. I like the community, although it's got its positives and negatives for sure. I should mention too here, I play Pavlov on PC. Pavlov is not crossplay with the Quest. It is actually crossplay with the PSVR 2, but not with standalone Quest 2 or 3 players. So that's actually a completely separate community. I've heard that the community on Quest is a little bit different. Although I don't know what the state of it is like now, because I think they just went from being free to play to being paid, so it's probably rolled over into a little bit of a new community, would be my guess. Oh shoot. But anyway, speaking for the PC version at least, it's just a super fun game. The community is getting pretty small now because it's kind of an older game at this point. I think the official release was in 2017 when it went into early access, but even before then, there was a beta that was pretty active. So, uh-oh, did my game freeze? Oh, that's so sad. Uh, has some bugs, as you can see. Um, it's in a much less buggy state than it was, say, 5 years ago, to be sure. But it's still a pretty buggy game overall. It's not very like resource efficient. You really need like a pretty beefy PC to run it. Um, there's some persistent bugs that are things that are like, how have they not fixed this yet? Are kind of frustrating. But if you can get past that stuff, you can get past the negatives, and there are negatives for sure. Boy, is there a good game in here. Holy cow. It's got all the stuff that Contractors has, all those custom maps. You know, the custom modes like well, actually, not as many custom modes, to be honest. Contractors probably hasn't beat on custom modes, unless you count, like, zombie modes and stuff like that. But, like, custom maps are maybe what Pavlov specializes in. So, like, any map you can imagine from Counter-Strike or any Call of Duty games. Like, if there are any, like... I don't know about you, there are certain maps that, like, I just kind of, like, grew up playing, you know what I mean? And to be able to go play them in VR with a good... engine, and Pavlov's engine is good, by the way. I like Contractor's engine.
Oh, hey, Bojack.
Well, we'll say hi to him real quick. How's it going, man? Good to see you.
I've been killed by grub the past, like, what, like, 6 rounds in a row.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out for him.
He does it a lot, so I'm assuming he really likes it.
We're gonna turn him down a little bit there. So anyway, yeah, so on top of the maps being really good, which we're playing on just one of the standard maps right now, but if you can get into like a PC-only lobby, you can see this is a cross-play lobby because it's actually only one PlayStation player, but if you can get into the PC lobbies, which there are fewer and fewer of all the time, to be honest, but you can load up these, you know, Rust from Modern Warfare. Trying to think of some of the other ones, just like any games that you played a lot of. And then the engine itself is just really solid, just really good gunplay. With all the bugs in Pavlov and all the like little rough edges, one thing that it does not feel like it has rough edges are the gun mechanics. Like the guns, the shooting, the netcode, it feels solid to me. It feels super solid. And it's like, if you're gonna play a shooting game, do you know what I mean? And it's, by the way, I don't want to say that the netcode in Contractors is bad, or that the shooting in Contractor Showdown is bad, because it's not. It's good in both of those games. It's not as good as Pavlov. It's just not. This game is like, if you practice at it, and you like play against bots, and you just kind of learn the engine. Oh, he got me with the knife there. It just turns into a John Wick simulator. You know what I mean? It's so much fun. And part of this too is like I'm used to the engine. I've put a lot of hours into it. I've put way more hours into it than into the Contractor's engine, so I'm just more used to the way that this game works. But it's not just that. It's not just that. It actually is a really, really good like well-polished shooting game. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of other flaws. But if you're talking about just like purely what's the one where you're just gonna feel best, like when you're pulling the trigger on the gun, like to me it's by far it's this one. Other games are still good, by the way. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else? Okay, I guess I'm switching for that guy. Is there anything else is there anything else that I need to talk about in... What should I do here? On this round, I should... Force? Should I save, I guess? Okay. I think that covers most of the Pavlov stuff. So let's talk about the last one that you asked about in your questions there, Onward. I do have Onward as well. Onward was, I think, maybe the first one that I bought before I even got Pavlov. I think Onward came out before Pavlov, if I remember correctly. Maybe I have that wrong, though. It's also the one I've played the least, though. It's probably the least polished engine from what I remember, but they have updated it still. And it's got some kind of like fun and unique modes. The original Onward mode, that was pretty fun. It like involves like a little tablet that you have. But now I think there's something new. I think there's some new like extraction mode or something. I've heard that that's good too. I think out of all of them though, Onward probably has the smallest community. I think that's the case. I could be mistaken about that. But you can see some of this on like Steam charts and stuff, but the numbers get weird because you start having to factor in the Oculus numbers. Bomb's going underpass to data. Oh no! Terrible. Good round, good round. Good try. Sorry about that. Alright, so hopefully that was useful. Some other games I'll mention. Some other like honorable mentions here while we're talking about VR shooters. There's also Half-Life Alyx. And in particular some of the Half-Life Alyx mods. Half-Life Alyx itself is kind of like more of a puzzle game. If you have PCVR though, like PC to plug the Quest into, very fun game. Still recommend it, even if you're mostly doing shooters. And aside from the good times, good trade there, good trade.
Has Grub been talking to you? Wait, do you not have a mic?
I don't think he's been saying much. I'm not sure though.
He's kind of been killing me like every round, so I decided I would switch.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so let's see. Oh yeah. So the Half-Life Alyx, the base game is fun, but then some of the mods are really good. As shooters go.
Nice one though, Grub.
In particular, Half-Life, or Alyx Contracts is one that I really like. I think that's actually one of the best VR shooters. It's just a mod, but it's really good. I have some videos of it on my channel, and there's other videos around of it you can go watch too. But it's really solid. Probably feels as good or better than Pavlov as far as the shooting goes. Though it is single player, so that's obviously easier to pull off.
Oh, nice one. Oh. Keep your head on a swivel.
Good times. Alright, let's see. Let's focus on the game here. What can we do here? 250. Hey, cool bro, welcome. Okay. 3 playing garage. Yeah, it's data. 2 were still in garage though. They were kind of slow if you can get to it fast. Oh, it's a shame. Good round, good round.
Nice try, guys.
Welcome, welcome. Part of it is this mode too. You know, it's you know, a good way to think of it, I think, is it depends on what kind of game you like. So Pavlov is like VR Counter-Strike. Contractors, I would say, is VR Call of Duty. Showdown is VR Warzone. Tabor is VR Tarkov. Alright, 2v1, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. But I was always really into Counter-Strike. So this is just like, this is just naturally the one that I enjoy the most. This guy still hasn't planted yet. Where's VR Halo? That's what we need. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for more VR space games. Good round, good round. Nice job.